Hello and welcome to today's practice. To start with, come into child's pose, big toes together, knees wide, arms out ahead, and relax everything down towards the ground. Slowly come on up, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Let's bicycle out the legs. Bending one knee and then the other. And then we're going to roll to plank. So really round through the back, go nice and slow. And then before we get into plank, we're going to bend the knees, stick the bum out and come back to downward facing dog. So spinal rolls here. They can take a while to get used to. Roll through the spine, really round the back as you come to plank, and then bend the knees and arch the back downwards as you come back to downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Roll forward to plank, really rounding the spine. And then arching downwards, bend the knees as you come back to downward facing dog. Come down onto the knees. Bring the right leg high behind you and chaturanga down. So push up with your back leg up. And again, down towards the ground, back to all fours. And lower down and back up. Bring your knee back down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up high, open up that hip. Step it up underneath you to your high lunge. Swing yourself up to reverse triangle. Straighten both legs, reach back. And then triangle pose. Windmill your hands the other way. Left hand up, right hand down. Skandasana. Bending into the left leg, right leg straight. And then coming back to the top of your mat, frame that foot. Downward facing dog, right leg up high. Swing it round for wild thing. Lift those hips up nice and high. Open up the chest and then come back through to plank and vinyasa down. Chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank, spinal rolls again, bend the knees, come back to down dog. Roll through to plank, bend the knees, arch the back downwards, downward facing dog. Roll through to plank and back to down dog. Lower the knees, left leg comes out long behind you. Push up once, push up twice, push up 3 times, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up, open that hip to the side, and then step it in between the hands. Reverse triangle, come on up to your triangle pose. Reverse the hands. Skandasana, left leg straight, right leg bent. Walking yourself back to the top of your mat. Left leg high for three-legged dog and roll all the way over to wild thing. Left leg comes up and over, lift the hips. Coming back to plank and vinyasa down. Cobra or upward facing dog and back to downward facing dog. Okay, let's roll forward again to plank, really rounding through the spine. Bend the knees, arch the back downwards, back to downward facing dog. 2 more times. Roll forward to plank, back to down dog. Roll to plank. And back to downward facing dog. Lower the knees. Right leg goes out long behind you. Lower down, push up once, twice, 3 times. Lower that leg, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high, open that hip to the side. And then step the right foot up in between the hands, lower your back left heel down, reverse triangle, straighten both legs, reach that right arm back. Triangle, reverse the arms, right hand down, left hand up. Skandasana to the back, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. Crawl yourself back to the front. Step back, lift that right leg up high, wild thing, drop it over to the other side, lift those hips up. Come back to plank, vinyasa down, lower down chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Let's roll through again 3 more times. So roll through to plank. Exhale, arch downward for down dog. Roll to plank. Bend the knees, downward facing dog. One more time, roll through to plank. Bend the knees, back to downward facing dog. Lower the knees down, take that left leg long behind you. Push up once. Push up twice, elbows going back and not out. Push up 3 times. And come back, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg up high and open that hip to the side. Bring that foot up in beneath you. Reverse triangle. Reach that left arm up and then flip the arms, left arm down, right hand up. Keep that left leg straight, bend into that right knee, low side lunge. Walk yourself back to the top of the mat, 3-legged dog, left leg goes up and back. Flip it over for wild thing. Step it behind you, lift the hips up. Coming back to plank, vinyasa down, cobra or up dog, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, come into your child's pose, relaxing everything down. Slow inhales and exhales. Release any tension from the body. And thank you so much for practicing with me today.